Sa mga ka-ethics. Sorry naman. Ulitin mo, Ting. What's up, mga ka-ethics? So, mag-interview kami ng secretary, counselor secretary, and ayun, about sa accountability, transparency, and fairness. Yun. So, mamaya tayo dyan. Wait lang. So yan, kasalukuyan ko kumakain kami ng goto. Kasi yun, free goto sa taas. And yun, ngayon di pa kami makapag-interview kasi yung interview namin is nasa cellphone call pa. And patuloy pa rin yung ongoing pa rin yung meeting. Walang goto.
They ask you how you are, you just have to say that you're fine when you're not really fine, but you just can't get into it because they...
Hindi talaga ako kumuha ng goto. Saan na tayo? Next section.
A few moments later.
Waiting. So, yan. Good afternoon po, sir. From Santa Elena Senior High School po kami and grade 12 student po. Yung subject na po ito ay para sa business ethics po. And first question po, what is accountability, fairness, and transparency?
Yung tatlong binanggit mo kanina about transparency, fairness, accountability, ito ay tatlo sa pillars ng good governance. Okay? Parang may pang ibang pillars, but you mentioned only three: transparency, accountability, and fairness. Okay? Like for instance, dito sa secretariat, may kanya-kanyang trabaho dito based on job description. On my part, for instance, being the Assistant City Council Secretary, first and foremost, I have to know kung ano yung job description ko. Okay? I have to find out kung ano yung parameters ng aking trabaho. Okay? I have to discharge my duties and my responsibilities as the Assistant City Council Secretary. Now, to go out of bounds would be what we call encroachment of other functions. Like, for instance, if I sign in behalf of the City Council Secretary a document na siya talaga ang pipirma, that would be equivalent to what we call encroachment, okay? Encroachment. And therefore, encroachment of duties and functions. Therefore, kung ano lang yung nakalaan sa akin, yun lang yung gagawin ko. Now, let's go to the three pillars, okay, of good governance, yung transparency, accountability, and fairness. Let's say, for instance, na the document we signed is about the funding, free funding. In terms of transparency, we discuss among ourselves, okay, kung ano yung funding, para saan, kung anong proyekto, etc. Okay? In other words, hindi mo ililihim kung ano yung dokumento na iyong pipirmahan because it's a public document. Okay? And then, pangalawa ay yung accountability. Doing one's work has to be accompanied by a certain responsibility. Okay? This we call accountability. To do a work, the person must not disown responsibility, but to accept responsibility. Pag tama yung ginawa mo, then it's something that we have to encourage for you to go on. Okay? Pag mali yung ginawa mo, then we hope that you realize, okay, that what you did is a mistake, something erroneous, and therefore it has to be straightened out, okay, it has to be corrected for the good of the organization. Fairness in the sense na if you are a boss, okay, then you have to treat your co-employees as co-equal. Although there may be what we call hierarchy of positions, Like medyo mas angat ako, mas angat yung aking boss, mayroong mas mababa. But we don't have to treat them as automatons in the sense na hindi naman sila makina that we require them to work, let's say, beyond 8 hours. Okay? But for us to be able to understand that they are human beings, okay? They have certain limitations, then they have to work for 8 hours, and that we don't have to give them workload, okay, na beyond their capacity, a work that's beyond their comprehension. Okay? Let's say, bibigay mo sa isang clerk, okay, isang legal contract that he cannot understand or she cannot understand, is something that's quite unfair, okay? Pero pag ibinigay mo yan sa technical staff, it's within his or her comprehension, pwede. And therefore, that's within the ambit of what we call fairness, okay? So, I think I explained these three pillars of governance: transparency, equality, and fairness, okay? And accountability.
Next question po is, how do you show fairness, transparency, and accountability to your employee?
I think I made mention of some instances earlier, okay? Specifically in the treating with the employees. Like we don't have to treat like machines, okay? We have to treat them as our co-equals, given the consideration that we are all human beings, we have our own limitations. In the same manner that once you are here, okay, you have to think first and foremost that you don't own the office, you don't own the organization, and therefore you don't push yourself around, okay? Don't be quite pushy and don't be quite bossy also, okay? And don't throw your weight on the other employees. But once and for all, okay, when you are part of the organization, one has to realize that he is just a member, okay, who should be an instrument, okay, for the organization to be able to achieve its objectives, okay, and aims as an office.
Last question po, sir. How can a transparent, fair, and accountable management help in the success or accomplishments of tasks given to you?
Yes, I think once we observe these three pillars of good governance, okay, then we'll be able to say that we'll become successful as an organization. Okay, if you do whatever you please inside the office will not be able to achieve its objectives. And therefore, we work with certain rules and guidelines. Okay, we have what we call office rules. Okay, we have what we call certain orders that are legitimate coming from our bosses. Okay, and therefore, we would say that success is in the offing, or we can see at the end of the tunnel success. The moment that we are well organized and that we observe diligently these three pillars of good governance: transparency, fairness, and accountability.
And thank you po, sir. So, hi guys! Ayun. Sabi nga ni Sir Reggie, importante ang transparency, accountability, and fairness sa isang organization. Ayan. Hanggang sa muli mga ka-ethics!
Interview kami sa legislative, mga secretary.
Take two.